Alright guys, it's been a while, so I'm back, and happy St. Paddy's Day. Let's join an arena tournament and have some food. Alright, I just joined in over here on chess.com, and we're doing a 3-minute blitz. Here we go. We have quite a few players in here. And here we go. We're going Sicilian. You guys know me. F4. The McDonald attack. D5 is already going to be good for us. Queen takes D5. They've lost their kingside pawn, so now it's going to be easy for me to stop their kingside attack. Here we go. Knight C6. I'm going to G6 it because I like to fianchetto, especially with a person that's going to be playing very aggressive. C takes D4, of course. This is an isolated pawn, so it's going to be a target for us. Let's go b6 here. The idea is going to be to play bishop b7 here. Knight to b4. The d5 pawn's already a threat. And bishop b7 is coming in right behind it. How'd you know? Bishop b7. Look at this, another nice free tempo. Rook to c8, putting pressure on the bishop. Here we go, guys. Yes, free pawn is a free pawn. Knight takes. And we'll play bishop takes here, as this is going to provoke or help them to want to trade more. Of course, queen takes. I'm happy for endgames here. And this is really nice, too, because now we put pressure on the b2 pawn. Rook c8. The rook is looking to come to c2 for penetration. You guys know I like to talk about penetration. Here we go, e6. This really just stops the f5 idea. Although rook over to c2 probably was a move that I was supposed to play one move earlier. How's it going? How's it going? And here we go. Rook over to c2. The rook is perfect right here. We're going to double up our rooks. And again, I don't think they're going to get out this game pretty well. Double up. There we go. Bishop d4 check. Maybe bishop to f2. H6 doesn't really do anything. You know what? I'll do this. Bishop check here. They should play the king to h2. And the reason why I said that is because after bishop here, now I'll have back rank checkmate ideas yet again, and f4 looks a bit weak. Oh, you know what? If bishop right away to g3, knight e4 gets played, right? So let's play f5. No, then they take. So let's play pawn h6 here and see what they're up to. If they play knight to e4, then I'll just bring the bishop back to d4. Yeah, I like this. I like this. It's all making sense to me. I mean, I was hoping that they play knight to f3 so I could bring the bishop back, as I said, to make these checkmating ideas. How's your St. Paddy's Day going, guys? How's it going? I wanted to make sure I jumped on stream just before we went out to have some good old-fashioned fun. Not really a threat just yet, since c1's hanging. It's funny, the bishop can't really move, so we're going to restrain and maintain this guy. Bishop g7. Ooh, I found the new idea for progress. Rook e2, and then hopefully double the rooks. Knight g3 gets played, though, right? So let's go h5, h4 idea. We want to take away this square of knight to g3. And now I can play the rook to e2. And then hopefully rook to c2. You can see here, they ran out of ideas, so they're just really just trying to move the pieces back and forth here. Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, you're a fan. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out, man. In Egypt, huh? That's pretty awesome. It's crazy how this internet thing works. An Egyptian, huh? What's your rating? Let's see here. Rook to e2, putting pressure. Let's get ready to double these rooks here. This ain't going to go too well. Not for Vietnam. Let's see. They're having a tough time here. I think they just have to lose a pawn, right? I guess they could play knight to f2. Oh, they played knight to g5. Their idea is to play knight to f3 here. And this doesn't do too much. Let's double the rooks. Even if knight to f3, we can just take. Whoa, you're strong, dude. Have we played before? Have we played? Oh, man. Bishop d4. Let's remove the defender. And I assume they're going to bring the rook to d1 here, right? This poor guy never got the pieces out, man. I mean, at some point he should have just sacrificed. Yeah, but this is game over here too, right? Just bishop takes, and after knight takes, okay. If knight takes, rook e1 check would have won another piece. I mean, this is not any better, right? Rook check here. Well, we could play a game sometime. I'm sure you'll probably be able to get a win off of me. Here we go. Rook takes. I mean, rook here was threatening checkmate and the knight, and he missed it. Check and a mate. All right, on to the next game here. I joined this tournament a little bit late, but that's okay. I don't think I can play for first place, but at least we can have some fun and get some games in. I've been busy with work and stuff, so I wasn't able to stream as much. All right, d4. Let's get a little too aggressive here. Let's go pawn to f5. Let's Dutch it up. Knight c3, e6. d5 here. I like to play the Stonewall Dutch. We're going to set up this really nice pawn structure. c6 now. Bishop to d6. And here, we're going to go into castle. The f4 variations are always the most annoying. Luckily, they didn't play that at least yet. Let's go knight to d7. The hope is that they'll take. And then bishop takes here. So that's the hope. That's the hope. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, typically I like to play the Lichess ones. I think they're a little bit better for these arenas. Queen e7. Because you get to berserk, right? I like to give half my time for double the points. Taking is also a move here, but... Ah, okay. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Bishop takes... Ah, you know what? Yeah, I think this is the move. We play bishop takes, because it doesn't matter which way they take back. Knight to g4, and the e5 pawn looks weak here. We do have to take this the right way, but e5 is weak here. Knight to g4, and how do they defend on e5 here? If queen to d4, I believe we go pawn c5 here, kicking them back, and then maybe take on c4. If they do this move order, I think now we just take with our e-pawn, and now we have 3 attackers with only 1 defender. So there's no good way to defend this pawn. This pawn is dead. All right. That is game over. I have 3 cups here, though. 3 different cups to drink 3 different things. Interesting. Ah, look at this creative person. Look at that. So if queen takes, they're planning knight takes on d5. Because after pawn takes, bishop takes. Ah, watch out, watch out, watch out. So simple chess. I think we just play the knight to c5 here, right? Knight c5 looks perfect. And yeah, now we'll just take on e6. We'd actually rather take back with the bishop here anyways, right, guys? This is the natural piece that wants to take. But look at our cheeky player here. It's a blunder. You can't trust the Spanish, guys. Watch out. Why is it saying that this is a queen's gambit, huh? Another interesting move here. So here after pawn takes, knight takes, I think the idea is there's a fork here if queen takes on e6. Can we just play like rook to d8 here, though? Rook d8. Is there like some kind of tricky move around here? You have knight to f6 here. Pawn to b4. Knight takes. Let's play rook to d8. Let's go for complications here. Obviously, the rook to d8 is going to pin over here. And hopefully I'm not just missing something fairly simple here. Huh. Again, knight f6 ideas. Okay, so pawn takes. Oh, look at that. The bishop's still trapped here. How cute. How cute. C takes d5. Knight takes d5. I didn't calculate this one too hard. Maybe I should have. Rook takes, bishop takes. Or... Oh, sure, sure, sure. Okay, let me see here. Oh, 55 seconds. I'm going to keep it simple. Rook takes, bishop takes. We'll just take here. Knight to d3, knight to e4, knight to e6. Let's just play knight to e6 here. And knight e5, knight f3 check. Have to be careful. I was not looking on the time, and I'm getting low on time. Perfect. Knight e5, knight f3 check is a great threat here. And Let's go knight c4 here. Let's just keep making threats. b2 and e3. Bishop is going to look great here on c6 as it's going to guard the b7 pawn, so I could take on b2 or e3, I think, right? Yeah, this is okay. This is okay. Hell detection for a smart reason. What? My friend is Waleed. Shout out. Shout out to Waleed. Interesting. Hey, how's it going, down caps? Knight takes e3 here. Rook over. Is the knight trapped here? Knight c2. Knight b4. Knight takes... Oh, gosh. Okay. Let me just bring the knight back. I don't know if it was okay to take or not, but... Okay, bishop c6. Knight to d5. Good move here is knight to d6. I'm sorry, rook to d6. Let's go knight to d5 now, attacking both of these guys. Knight takes on e7. Let's not get flagged. King over. Rook over to d8. a6 over protecting for b5 here. Bishop takes here because we don't want that to happen. Let's go knight to d5. Pawn takes over here. Knight c7 again over protecting. King e7 is this guy trapped now? So knight takes d5. Knight takes. Knight here. Knight f6. Knight check. Awesome. Knight back. Rook over. Trades are good for me, obviously. Rook over here. Checkmating ideas. Check. Not mate. Let's not get flagged, hopefully. Rook takes f4. Knight takes. Oh, gosh. I'm going to get flagged. Oh, God. I got flagged. No. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Good game. Good game. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Dang, dude, look, there's a 300 in first place over here. All right, knight f3, knight f6, symmetrical over here. d4, g6. Let's make this a double fianchetto. Let's see here. Bishop here, d5. We don't want them to get pawn to e4 in. h6 over here. And let's go into castle. The over-the-board rating. It's always hard because if you don't play over the board, you can easily go 200 plus or 200 down from it. So I would go ahead and just say at least 700. But with practice, you definitely would get your regular rating, your chess.com rating like that too. But it's mostly because you don't, you haven't had the experience like that. a6, queen takes, d7 if they take. This is an interesting line here. We'll go ahead and play queen to c8 here. I'm trying to get out of some pinning ideas. But knight e5 is still a pin here, but we can play b5 to get out of this. Yep. So b5 here. Interesting. I guess just knight takes. And then we have e5 here. And I'm very much liking this position now. Yeah, no worries. So are you thinking about playing over the board? Because I recommend it. Let's go d4 here. A little bit of a tricky idea. No, this was a trick on myself. Because after pawn takes here, bishop takes on g6. Bishop takes on g6 here. That's the move. And what do I play then? Just like queen to d7 or something? I have tricks with this kind of stuff myself to win the queen. So I think I should be... I'll survive. I'll survive. Okay, queen to d7. So now d3 and bishop takes over here. d3. Pawn takes. Let's play d3. Pawn takes. Let's play pawn takes here. Pawn takes and check if they do take. And knight d3 ideas are in the air. Let's go rook over to d8. This e3 is kind of a weakness here. Queen takes on b7. Knight d3 is my new threat to fork the rooks. Okay. I can make some lemonade here. They missed the fork. Yay. I definitely need some help from my opponent here because I won't be able to win without it. Yes, yeah. Tournaments are very, very time consuming. Queen to e4. e3 is our weakness. Let's put some pressure on it. Let's put some pressure on it. Do we just play rook to d3? Oh, queen to d3. Keep it simple. Trades are good for us, and hopefully won't get flagged like last time. Let's go queen check here. And I'm not sure if they'll go knight e1. Okay. Now we'll take rook over to d1 and maybe double of the rooks over here. This pawn's not really a problem for us. Actually, you know what? Rook e4 and rook a4, rook b4 here. Let's try that out. Rook b4 or rook a4? I think rook a4. We want to keep this pawn on b2 here. Oh, never mind. They did the other way. Rook back to e4. Knight c2 maybe will get played. Interesting. Rook back to e6. It's going to take a moment here to unwind this position. a5 here. b4. We want to make sure this pawn structure can't move so simple. So b4 is our new threat here. Here we go. b4. Binding. Rook over to d3. Bishop to d4. Oh, rook just takes now. Just dropped the pawn and putting themselves into bad pressure now. Rook takes e3 ideas and bishop to d4. If they play the king to f3, we'll just play rook back to e6 and we still have ideas over here. We're almost to the point where we can even just trade all our pieces down for a winning king and pawn endgame. But I'd feel a little bit more comfortable with like an extra pawn here. Bishop to d4. He has to be careful because if he checks, then he can't come back to defend. Yeah, so he does that move. King h7, just getting a little bit closer now. Do not go to g7. This is a check. h5 here. Restrain and maintain. Taking away all the squares here. King to g6 here again. Here we go. Pawn to f5 here. They literally are running out of moves now. Rook to e4 check. Bishop. Oh, gosh. Okay, what's the move here? I'm going to just play bishop c5 real quick. Is this, because this is literally Zugzwang, right? Oh, not yet, huh? We'll just make some trades. We'll just make some trades here. The pin is just good enough here. And the hope is that they'll end up moving the bishop at some point. Yeah, see? And now this pawn should fall at some point. Yeah, this endgame looks easy enough. And don't forget, rooks do move backwards, so they can't, just snack attack right there. Alrighty, on to the next game. A nice little win there. A nice little win there. Next game. Oof. Looks like we're going to, where are we going tonight? To celebrate St. Paddy's Day, we're going to Finnegan's. $3 pints, guys. You can't beat that, man. You gotta celebrate St. Paddy's. All right, here we go. Let's go e4. Take the centaur. Here we go. Ooh, it's a Scandi, and we crushed the Scandi. E takes... Oh, dang it. The c6 variation. Okay, I feel okay playing against it, but, yeah, I want to be the aggressor. Oh, cool. They're not playing the good line. Here we go. c4, knight c3. This is a decent gambit line. In fact, if I played Scandinavian more, I would play this line as black. Bishop a4 here. I don't want to trade the bishop off for this bishop, since this bishop will be, very nice. That's okay. Let's just castle here. If they want to give me the bishop here, I humbly accept it. Bishop just to d2 here, right? Bishop just goes to d2. Knight to e4. And we'll just play bishop to b3. Oh my gosh, what is going on with this guy? Pawn takes. Bishop back to b3. Okay. Rook e1. And they're definitely losing the steam that they have in this game. Yeah, I don't think I even need to move that guy. We'll just play rook c1. The knight taking here will only be helpful as it helps my position out. Bishop over here. That's okay. Knight over here. Bishop g5 looks like it's going to be coming soon. They have to be careful for knight d7 ideas. They might be worried about knight takes on c6, but my knight's far superior than this bishop, so I'm not really thinking about taking that guy. Yep, bishop g5, and this is the problem. Now they have to worry about bishop takes. Okay, pin it and win it. Knight g4 here, right? Uh-huh. They're going to get a kingside weakness. h6 is a bad move because it at least loses a pawn to knight takes and then bishop takes over here. Okay. A takes b3. Looks good to me. There's no rush to do this over here, is there? Oh my gosh, there's a rush to do this. Oh my gosh. So here the idea is simple. They're threatening queen takes on d5. Queen takes g5 and also over here. Did I figure anything out? I did not figure anything out. Knight takes check here doesn't do anything. Knight to e3 is what I'd like to play here. I might have to go into flagging mode here, unfortunately. f3. Gosh darn it. I got tricked. Tricky. Okay, let's go for it. F3. We're going to guard, and we need to go into flagging mode now. Oh, interesting. H takes g4. Or bishop e7 here. No threat, so we'll play bishop e7 here just to try to make some weirdness over here. Rook e8. And then we have c4 here. Okay, perfect. Bishop takes. They didn't need to give us the exchange here, so I will humbly accept it. And d... Okay, perfect. Let's go rook to e5. d5 is what I'd like to play here to make some back rank ideas. And also create a pass pawn here. You know what? Maybe c5, c6. Nah, d5 is a much better try here. Let's go rook to c2 now, I guess. And then I assume they're going to play rook over here. And that's a major problem for me. Because it's not just attacking the pawn. Oh, it's rook to d2 here? Okay. The threat was to take on e5. But now my rook guards. And another very nice move. Knight takes d4 is another nice idea here. Queen e2. Queen there. Oh, man. Yeah, my opponent's just playing really good right now. Rook b5. Trying to get a free tempo off of this bishop. Knight takes d4. Okay, rook over to a5. And so if they take on d4, we have rook takes on a8 here. Tactically kind of making sense here, but not really that great. Queen e2. Kind of surviving here. I think now I could play d5 next move, depending on what they play here. Rook a3. And maybe rook to d3 here. Oh, nice move, nice move. And this is forking here? Get out of here. Wow. My opponents are just playing amazing today. Rook over to a2. Or rook over here. I guess I'll go queen takes here. Oh my gosh. I'm just getting crushed today. Just getting crushed. All right, rook a4, king h2. I assume they're going to give some checks in here. Again, the only thing I can really do in these kind of positions is hopefully look for a drawing idea. All right, queen here. Bishop d5 is interesting. All right, check there, king there. Oh my gosh, I just dropped another piece. Dude, I'm just getting crushed today by all the by all the lower rates too. Man, maybe I should play in more of these lower rated tournaments. Always have to worry about these things. Oh my gosh. Queen there, king there. They're going for the check. King over. Rook c8 is a winning move because rook c1 here. So queen to b2. He could play queen check here, which he probably will. He could have just played the king over, but who might have criticized at this point? King over here. Now we're looking just to try to go for some stalemates. Yeah, h4. King takes. F4. Pawn takes is nice. King here, king here. Oh. I guess they're going for some kind of king? King rook checkmate? Okay. Come on, come on. Oh, they're gonna do that. That's smart. There's not they have the king here, so they're gonna be able to checkmate me. Good game again, man. Oh my gosh. I underestimated them for one move and they're just punishing me. What a meanie. What a meanie. Alright, on to the next game. Dear Lord. All right, it's the Philippines. Here we go, e4. And let's go d4 here. I like to play the Smith-Morra. C3. Takes, knight takes. It's just a free pawn after all, right? Bishop c4. Funny enough, the e5 variations, not too good. They open up the f7 square over here. Okay, well, knight just takes on e5 here. Thank you. They're worried about knight g5, and they should have been. But, yeah, interesting. I guess just pawn takes here. I'm not sure why they... Well, I guess they were just defending f7, right? I guess that was the only good way to try to defend. Ugh, I'm so close to just playing knight takes on f7 here. Funny enough, that I think this might work. Knight takes, king takes, pawn check. Let's just go for it. Why not? I've already lost enough games today. D6 check. If the king goes back to E8, then we have queen E2 check here. Let's play for the crowds, right? D6 check. The only move I could think of them playing is king to G6 here. The queen to D3 check definitely puts them into checkmate ideas. Yes, so queen check here. The bishop now has to block. Let's go ahead and castle. We're going to take on E7. It's just that we don't want to take and then have to trade queens here, right? So we'll play rook E1 next here too, if given the opportunity. But this guy, as you can see, is just not going to be castling. Okay, so now he's threatening there. Bishop F4. Looks interesting. Yeah, bishop F4, I like this. Because they were threatening queen takes D6. That's been stopped now. Rook E1 still a threat. Rook to D1 idea. This might just be bullying at this point. I don't know. This might just be bullying. B5. I have no problem with knight takes B5 here, right? Now I'm defending my pawn and threatening knight to C7 check. Funny enough, now rook B8, pawn takes, and then I'm attacking the rook here too. Which, yeah, trying to get out of this. And the poor guy can't castle. Man, this is just a terrible, terrible position. Knight C7 check, and then pawn takes check here. Yeah, I guess, right? Alright, I'm just going to get greedy. Knight C7 check. King F8. I mean, I guess the king can go to D7 here. It's not really what you want to do, is it? Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be bad. King F8 takes in check and then takes on A8. Yeah, this poor guy. Oh my gosh, it's a queen sack. Pawn takes. The fact that they don't resign here is already very impressive to me. Very impressive. Let's see here. I guess F3 here. Not sure what that one does. No, not me. I'm pretty much, funny enough, kind of retired from chess. I just play online for fun these days. I still play over the board tournaments. For instance, I just played in a team tournament this last weekend, but that's mostly just for social and, you know, if anything, try to win some money. Definitely have no aspirations for getting to the next level of like a what's it called, international master or anything. Yeah. No, I'm quite okay with my my level of chess. Queen H5 check. What's this one? Queen F5 check. Bishop B5 check. I think Bishop B5 check is the move. The hope is that they'll try to play the king to C8, which looks scary. Oh, okay, perfect. Queen to D5 check here. Bishop takes on C6. Obviously, bishop can't take there. Queen E6 check. Here. Oh my gosh. If bishop there, and then bishop takes. Actually, we'll do queen takes here. Queen check, and then mate, I think. Oh, yeah. I've had some nice games against Witty. I'm trying to get a match with him, but he's very busy, so I need to message him again. But yeah, I get to play Witty quite a bit whenever we play on, what's it called? We usually get to play during the bullet brawls. And so that's whenever yeah, when we typically get to play. Let's see here. E4. Let's go. Actually, let's go D5. Let's go Scandi. Here we go. D5. Queen takes D5. I have some good videos coming out with him where he was. I think he knows who I am now. We've played enough games. Queen to A5. This is the aggressive way to play it. Knight to F6. D4 is a good way. Bishop D2 variations are very good. C6. And unfortunately, we're going to have to bring the queen back to C7 because of these very nice discovery ideas. Bishop g4, I love to get this in. This pin is very nice. Knight to d7, pawn to e6. Oh, bishop h5. e6, and we get what Eric Rosen calls the pinchers. Again, I don't want to trade. I'm okay. Bishop g6. If they really, really want to trade, they're going to have to hunt me down for this. e6 is coming and bishop to d6. Awesome. Bishop to d6. And depending how... Okay, I might have thought about castling queenside, but after this move, not today. Bishop d6, developing with a threat. And now we'll just castle kingside. And the idea now will be to slowly push up over here. And get rid of... or maybe target this pawn here on d4. So we're like rook a to d8. Rook over to d8. d4 is our weakness. I'll go a6 here. And maybe just c5 and get rid of this pawn. Oh, interesting. Bishop takes. Oh, could I have just taken and given them double pawns? Takes. Knight f6. And then c5. Yep, interesting line. Yes, this is good for me. c5 over here. Yeah, actually, I just went to a cool chess party with the Traveling Chess Club the other day. And I got to meet Hannah Seiss, and I got to play Danny Wrench in some games, so I'll be sharing that on the channel pretty soon. Oh, interesting. Okay, pawn there. I don't see why I shouldn't take here. Isolated pawn here. Perfect. We'll go queen b6. A little pressure here, a little pressure there. A little pressure everywhere. And probably just simple chess here, unfortunately. Oh, interesting. Bishop there. Knight to d5. Definitely ideas about taking. Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was in Austin, Texas, so just like an hour away. I didn't realize she was there. It was so funny. I was sitting down there, and I was just watching her play, and I was like, man, this girl's really, really good. She was just destroying everybody. And I was like, man, she looks like Hannah Seiss, but, you know, Hannah lives in Australia. And so I was just like, okay. And then she looks over and she's like, Jesse, it's me, Hannah. And I was like, oh, hey, that is you. Like, I was like, I didn't think that was you, but I was like, I thought you were in Australia. She's like, yeah, I'm just visiting. She might be coming back later on, she said. So we might have some events with her, which will be a lot of fun. Again, it's just still putting pressure over here on d4. Oh, interesting. Bishop g5. Bishop e7 or f6. I kind of like f6, but e6 becomes weak here. You know what? We'll play bishop b7. And the hope is that they'll trade. Knight takes. We're going to reroute the knight to f5 here. And again, d4 is our weakness here. Perfect. Knight to f5. The knight's actually attacking. And again, ideas. We're going to go ahead and double the rooks and put pressure on d4. It's up to them to defend against this idea. Perfect. Rook to c4. Ah, you know what? Rook to d5 real quick. Although rook c4 added pressure to the pawn, they could have played d5. Queen to d6. Here we go. Let's Alekine's gun this. Oh, you know what? I probably will still play... I'll still play rook c4 here. But I can still play knight takes d4. And maybe even e5 ideas in the future here too. Yeah, I'm just getting them edited right now, but I'll have them on the shorts channel and then also on the long form too. Now, obviously, we'll just take on b4. d4 is still a weakness here, but I'm going to go pawn grabbing here. Because, you know, what's better than one pass pawn? That's two. Rook takes on a5. Of course, I could have just taken with the queen, but no. I want to keep up the pressure. Rook takes on d4. Knight takes on d4. Rook takes d4. Rook takes. Queen takes. And then I'll just pray that they'll be nice enough just to trade off queens here. Well, because the endgame here is easy enough to win. Hopefully. Here we go. b5. Let's push these past pawns. a5, a4. A4. Knight b4. a3. Is knight c2 the move? No. Is knight c6 the move? Knight c6. If we kick the knight off, then a2 will win. b4, b3. And this is now just going to be queening. a2 and queen. Yes, queen. Yes. Queen c1. Queen check. And then let's make another new baby girl. You think they'll go knight to d4 here? Pin it and win it or what? Queen check. Queen check. Queen check. Queen checkmates. Awesome. I'm a champion, brah. I'm a champion. 8:30. 8:30 is our start time for the after party. All right. Here we go. Oh, d5. C4, C4. Um, I'll play the old line. I'll play e5. Ah, thank you, thank you. I've been practicing. Knight to c6. And, oh, e4 is definitely wrong here because now bishop c5, and now we're putting on pressure on f2. Let's go d6. I want to play f5 here and open up the f file, so whenever I castle, we're going to be able to put good pressure there. They played h3 to stop the idea of knight to g4. Castles here. h6 here. I'm very much happy to make this trade. The knight will go to d5, and it will look strong for a moment, but not for too long. Interesting. Bishop there, huh? Bishop takes is interesting. Pawn f4 is interesting. I kind of like just f4 here. The problem with that... Yeah, no, f4 here should be really good. Because after pawn takes, you can see d4 is just a bind now, right? We'll go queen to d6. And as I said last time, we're going to be able to play pawn c6 in the future here. And once we get the pawn to c6, well, this backwards pawn is going to be terrible. So what do we do here? Knight e7 or knight d8? I guess it really doesn't matter because the knight will always be able to take somewhere. So let's go knight to e7 here and play pawn c6. Either way, they're probably going to trade the knight off. c6. Queen takes here. Queen takes there. Just kind of guessing where I think they'll take. King h2 is a really weird move. I don't know why they played there. Maybe they wanted to play g3. I wouldn't see why they would, but it's definitely possible. Bishop d7, rook to d8. Ah, okay. Nice little move there for the queen. Rook over to e8, and then we can play bishop c8. They're not playing d4. Get out of here. You don't scare me. Bishop c8. This move may look a little bit weird, but the idea is just to keep it simple. So knight g6 is a threat. Queen f7. Yes, I like this move. I definitely am thinking about g5 in this position with h5 and g4. Just keep building this up. This is really nice kingside pawn storm. So knight back over here to put pressure. Let's go queen back to c7. They'll probably bring the knight back to h4. Nope. g5. g3. Let's go king h7 here. They may end up playing g3 themselves here. Nope, g5 here. Perfect. If they play knight to f5 here, taking is a pretty simple decision for me. Bishop takes, pawn to e4, a trick move. The real idea is to play f3 check. And that will be great, as it just wins a piece here. They're not easily tricked here. Pawn takes will be good for them, so I'll play e3. And if they take, rook takes. Looks like a good move. Awesome. Knight h5. Come on, guys. Look at this. Knight check here. The dark squares are weak. Knight g3 anyways. Knight takes on f5. Oh my gosh. Look at this knight. Look at this knight. Yeah, bishop check, king over. They're more than welcome to look about sacrificing here. That won't do any good. Rook takes on e4, f3 check. I can't help it, guys. I'm sorry. Rook takes. And even defends here. f3 check. f2, e2. What do we do? f2 here. They'll have some checks here for sacrifices. e2 is like the easy move. Rook takes d4 check, f2. f2 is probably the right move to play here. And I'll have to just win a rook, unfortunately. Ugh, yeah. Check there, king there. Blah, blah. Beep, boop, blah, blah. And now they can't stop a pawn from queening. Rook f1, e2. Yeah, so they'll do that. Queen takes. And let's just go queen f7 here, simple chess. I'll be able to force off the queens here shortly and just go to a winning endgame. Check. Rook over to d8. I don't think there's a good way to stop rook to d1, either checkmating or winning the queen here. GG, good game. GG, good game. We crush our opponents, yes? We crush them. All right, rook to c8. Queen takes here. And check. Got plenty of time on the clock, hopefully. Hopefully I don't mess it up. h5. Queen check. Pawn takes. Queen takes check. And now we'll just make a new girl right here. And queen up. And because he went this way, we're actually gonna be checkmating now. Queen check and mate. Ah, no hands, no hands. All right, next game. Here we go. Uh-oh, a 2100 E4, y'all. E4, y'all. D4. Here we're playing against probably a perk or a modern. C3. I love to set up this pawn formation here. It's like an Austrian attack. I'll go knight f3 here. I typically like to play e5 real quick. They're not playing moves to stop me from playing e5, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going slow here. Knight to d2 here, and then e5 if I can next move. Yeah, see here they're stopping me because they're preparing e5 themselves here. So we play e5 ourselves. And this is good for us because now the knight can jump to e4. And I just love the knight there. Perfect. Look at that. Knight to e4. Sometimes they take, but giving me the bishop pair won't be that great for them. c5. Let's castle. I just love this pawn structure, guys. Just love it. I love it. I love it. Let's go king to h1. A typical maneuver. And, okay, rook g1, g4, f5, guys. It's game over. In this position, they have to play f6 or f5 here just to create the counterattack. If they don't, after f5, it's pretty much game over. It's game over. Here we go, f5. f5, it's game over. Because f6 is going to come now. And as you can see, the king's just getting trampled. I control the king side space here. You know what? f6, the best they can do is sacrifice on e5. And maybe they're thinking about that right now. That's not a bad idea. Oof, f6 here. Okay, yeah, they're probably going to get checkmated now. I'm going to overprotect here and play bishop to f4. You don't need to play like this. I'm just doing this because I really don't like the knight takes e5 ideas with the bishop eyeing over here on h1. But here the winning plan is queen f1, queen h3, and then checkmate will happen over here. And this is going to take too long here. Here we go. Queen f1. Knight to c4 is their threat. But, you know, we just play rook b1 here. And I think we're okay. I mean, I'm even close enough after knight b4 here just to ignore them. Just ignore them and go queen h3. Yeah, I think we just ignore them. Let's go queen to h3 here. I have knight takes d3, so that's not such a big deal. And then again, knight to g5 here. I could have played this one move earlier, but I don't really need to. Knight g5. Oh, very nice move by them. Very nice move by them. So what's the new threat? We'll go queen h6. Rook g3. Rook h3. And again, I think they might... pawn takes, bishop e5 looks winning. Yeah, this is just too strong. Rook g3. Queen takes here. Rook h3. They have this queen check, which is annoying. So let's just play bishop e3 real quick. Yeah. Poor guy. Look, this king could not be any sadder. Rook g3, rook h3, knight takes h7. Just easy winning plan here, but very, very hard to stop. I guess maybe rook c2 they might try. Rook g3, rook h3, knight takes. So that's how many moves do they have? 4? At least 4, right? I have 4 moves until I will force the checkmate on them. Anything else? Like, they have to create some kind of counterplay that makes me worry. But I'll tell you, I'm not too worried right now. Yeah, so rook c2, rook g3. I was thinking that they might try rook e2 here. Rook h3. And that's actually not a bad idea. If they do play rook e2, I'm just going to bring the bishop back to g1. I just don't want the queen to come in with the queen takes on d4 here. That's the only thing I just don't want to happen right now. Other than that, you know, I'm okay. I'm okay. And time. On to the next one. On to the next one. Here we go, guys. What the heck? Where'd it go? Okay, well, we got white again. Here we go. E4 from the unnamed country we do not talk about. D4. Let's try to go for a Smith-Morrow over here. Just for fun. Why not? There we go. And C3 here. All pawns are accepted. Knight takes on C3. E6. I definitely think this is one of the best ways to play against the Smith-Morrow. Bishop C4. Let's see what defensive outpost he plays. Queen to E2. Castles. You know, I did miss. I should have played e5 there right away, but that's okay. We're still in good theory here. Rook d1. The new threat now is e5. When the queen goes there, you play knight to b5. And so now the queen has to go back to f8. Now you play bishop f4. Now we're trying to take on d6. So e5 gets played. e5 gets played. e5 gets played. Bishop to g5. The new threat now is to take on f6 so that we can go knight takes on d6, and they missed it. So now bishop takes. And now they had to take back that way, or d6 would have fallen in check now. So now we just have knight c3. And a lot of times I've played like knight h4, knight f5. This is interesting right here. Knight d5 is an idea. Let's just play queen e3 here. Oh, perfect. Queen takes. Knight to d4 here. And can I help it? I don't think I can, guys. I don't think I can. Rook takes on d4 here. It's all about the active pieces here. Knight to d5. Knight takes on f6. Check is a threat. Here, knight b6 is winning. Back the exchange. Rook c1 is threatening bishop b5. Check. Rook c1. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. What's going to happen next? So we're hoping for like b5. Bishop takes b5 check here. Knight b6 is another good move. Bishop takes f7 ideas. Okay, so they jumped out of it. Not a bad try. Here, queen to f4 now. Now the threat is to play queen h6 check. And now we have some discoveries. Or at least we can move our bishop because it's being protected. Oh, interesting. So their plan is to play queen to g4 here. Not a bad move. Not bad at all. Queen h6 check. Rook to g7. Huh. Rook to g7. I'll keep it simple. Let's go queen h6 check. The point is that I'm trying to stop the queen to coming into the game. So f3. So there was ideas with the queen going to h3, and that's why the check gets played there. Now again, bishop to b3 here. And everything just looks totally under control here. Totally. Okay, there. Bishop to b3. Rook c8. Rook to d1. And we can think about taking on d4 here. The bishop's doing a good job by guarding on c2 when the rook comes to c8. Oof, I do got to watch my time here. Finding good moves does take a lot of time. And I'm sacrificing for not really the best reasons, but I like the position. Oh, look at that. f5 is an idea. f5 is an idea here. Bishop to g5 idea. I thought they would have played rook c8 by now. Okay. Rook to d1. I guess I called that nicely. Rook takes d4 idea. At least winning a pawn. Queen. I don't know where she's going to go. Definitely knight takes f6 ideas are in the air. And I might just play pawn to h3 here in the future. Just so in the future I don't have to worry about the back rank checkmates. But a very solid position. And we're up on time. So I definitely will take that into consideration. I definitely like this. So it looks like they finally found the idea of bishop g5. But here it doesn't do as much work. So pawn just takes. Bishop g5, that's okay. Queen to h5 here? Or queen h3? We'll go queen h3. Bishop e3 check. King over. And, oh, look at that. Queen h3 threatens the rook. So queen to, oh, interesting. Trade. Let's go f6 here. I like this. I like this. Let's see. F6. Knight takes on e3. Is this just winning a piece? Queen takes on h3 on h7. So knight takes e3 is winning a piece, but that pawn looks bad. So we'll just do this. Queen takes over here. Check takes. Checkmating ideas here. Definitely have to worry about that. Knight e7 is interesting. Knight takes and check. Oh man. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna play h4 here real quick. I'm still trying to figure out this position. They have to be careful. Okay, so they did that move. Queen e1 check. So b4, bishop b2. Ah, gosh darn it. b4, bishop there. Does that work? I'm gonna try this out. b4, bishop b3. Oh gosh, they didn't do it. Oh gosh, I'm about to get flagged. Okay, check. Queen f8. And I got checkmated. No! Oh gosh, check. Check. Oh my gosh, they missed the checkmate at 1 too. Oh man, is there still time for one more game? I guess I don't have to play the last one. Actually, yeah, we'll jump out of that. No, stop, cancel. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, I'm obviously trying to stream more, so thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Okay, guys. Well, I guess we'll see you in the next video. Laters. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Bye. Thank you for hanging out, Downcaps and Scaling.